What's up, everyone? Okay, I am redoing a workout split and diet video that I made about 6 months ago. I'm updating it because my teaching schedule has changed a little bit, and we're in the middle of wrestling season. So because of that, my sort of life schedule changed. So I had to sort of change up the way I did workouts. And I'm titling this, Workout, Fitness, and Diet for Normal Guys. Uh, like you, or excuse me, yeah, like you, I've probably, scoured the internet for lots of YouTube videos on, splits and diet and, what's the best time to eat and, when's the best time to work out. And it's all over the place, right? You ask them, 50 different fitness experts, they're going to give you 50 different answers. This is what I found, especially for like normal guys with normal schedules. This is what works for me. It's about an hour a day, the end. All right. So, big thing is like you got to find out what works for you, and whatever works for you, create a schedule and then stick to it. The big words for the day are predictable, consistent, and boring. All right. And by boring, I mean there's no guesswork. I think a lot of problems I see with people who try to start working out is they work out for about a week and they're like, I don't know, maybe I should go to a different split. Or instead of doing 5 days a week, maybe I'm only going to do 3 days a week. Or I started this diet and I'm going to kind of switch it up. I'm going to get up in the morning and run 4 miles every day at 6 a.m. That's going to last about 2 days and you're going to be like, okay, I'm not doing it anymore. Right? So make it fit into your schedule and then just like do it every day consistently, no matter what. All right, boring and predictable. All right. So the way that I've modified, you can go find my old video if you want. Um, but I still do a push-pull split. I like it. It makes me feel good. Gives me energy throughout the week. It's something to look forward to. Uh, this is my split, and what I've done, because it's wrestling season, I can only get into the gym for about an hour. Usually I go to the gym for 90 minutes, but I've had to sort of cut every workout down by about 50% in order to make sure that I can teach, get my workout in, and then get to wrestling practice. Okay, so this is what my pull day looks like, for instance. I'd start off on the curl machine, and then I just go to back muscles, all right? And I do that on Sundays and Thursdays. Now, Tuesdays is also a pull day. I start off with the curl machine, but then I do all bicep workout. So on my old video, when I am not coaching, I do all of these workouts every single pull day. So everything gets a little bit, everything obviously takes a little bit more time because I'm adding about 5 or 6 more exercises. All right, if we look at a push day, all right, I start off with these three big machines, bench, shoulder machine, and dip machine. But then my Monday is all triceps for the minor exercises. Wednesday is all chest for the minor exercises. And Friday is all shoulders. All right. Then we have leg day is every Saturday. So I do everything on legs Saturday. All right. Now, with this, it is 7 days a week. I try to go to the gym 7 days a week because I just feel better when I go to the gym 7 days a week. But there are things that come up, so I make sure that I get to the gym at least 5 days a week. And the way that this might work is, let's say that I miss, well, for instance, we missed Monday because the gym was closed this week because of a snowstorm. So Monday got pushed out here, right? Gym was closed. So what I make sure is that I at least get my 2 other push days in. All right. So if maybe I also miss Thursday for whatever reason, schedule is, gets screwy or I got to stay extra long for a meeting or something. Well, I make sure I hit pull day Sunday and Tuesday. So I always make sure I hit 2 pull days, 2 push days, and Saturday leg day. That's at least 5 days. But again, I try to go every day, 7 days a week just because it feels better. And I go for about an hour. And again, I keep these things simple. So you look here, I'm only doing about half a dozen exercises. I like to do um, 5 sets of every exercise. Some people only do 3. I like doing 5, 8 to 10 reps. And the reason I like doing 5 is because I feel like when I get to the 5th set, my muscles are actually feeling depleted, right? They're feeling like I can't do anymore. After 3 sets, I'm still feeling pretty good. So I like doing into the 5th set. The other thing is I like to do drop sets. So I might start off with hammer curls at 65 pounds. I might be able to squeeze out 2 sets at 65, then I'm down to 60, then I might be going like 55. I mean, by the time I might be in up like 40, 45 pounds on those curls by the end. So I like getting down there. So as far as drop sets are concerned, so I like doing 5 sets, 8 to 10 reps of everything. And that's my day. All right. Easy schedule. It's predictable. I know exactly what I'm going to do. and consistency. Again, you go out there and you try to kill yourself, and say like, I'm gonna make all these huge changes in my life. You're not gonna make them. All right. You're gonna go for about 3 days and you'll be like, this is impossible to keep up. And it is, right? It's impossible for the majority of people to keep it up. There are those sort of fitness influencers. That's why I'm calling this for normal people, right? Those abnormal fitness influencers who are at the gym 2, 3 hours a day, every day, plus they have all the meal prep stuff, like their entire livelihood. Circle, like if that's your full-time job, that's fantastic, right? And you can do it. But most people have other commitments, and the whole fitness thing is like a side part of their life. They're not making any money off of it. That's not their profession. So consistency is the big thing, as opposed to trying to go out there and kill it for 2 or 3 hours every day. It's not sustainable. But an hour every day in the gym with just doing 5 or 6 exercises, that's sustainable. All right. So figure out what works for you. This is my schedule. As far as my diet is concerned, again, consistency, make it boring, make it predictable, and find out what works for you. So an easy way to do this, I like to tell, from my high school wrestlers to even my, academic students when they're talking about like, I got to figure out how to do good in school, right? Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish in life, find out what day you have a really, really good day. All right. So you have a really good wrestling practice. You have a really good lifting session. If you're not into the fitness stuff, it's like I got a really good score on my test, right? Or I felt really prepared for class today. Figure out what day you felt really good about your life, and then work back the last 48 hours and try to sort of reverse schedule what it is you did in the last 48 hours to lead up to that sort of best day possible. All right, and this can work for anything, but let's just stick with like the fitness diet stuff. Let's say I have a really, really good lift session. This is how I sort of figured out my diet for myself that you see up here, right? Everybody's diet's different. Again, you ask 50 nutritionists what you should do for your diet, they're going to give you 50 different answers. Do I carb load before or after? When do I have my protein shake? Should I intermittent fast? Should I, everybody's got a ton of different answers. Should I go all meat diet or, no carbs or whatever? You just got to figure out what days do you feel really good and then reverse engineer your diet. And that's what I did. Right? I tried intermittent fasting for a month last year during quarantine. It was horrible. I hated it, so I don't do it. Okay, so you find out what works really good, you work backwards, that's your diet. So this is what works for me. I like doing big carbs in the morning, so I have 2 servings of oatmeal with maybe some frozen fruit and honey. I like steel cut oats, they just fill me up a lot better than instant oats. So that's what I do, steel cut oats, that's my breakfast. Around 10:30, 11 o'clock, I usually have some sort of protein and a vegetable. And then right before I go to the gym, I leave for the gym about 12:30, 1 o'clock. I have a scoop of creatine and I have a protein shake before I work out. Again, you ask a bunch of people, they're going to say protein and creatine afterwards. They're going to say protein, creatine first thing in the morning, right before you go to bed. I know that I just feel better at the gym when I have my creatine right before my workout and my protein shake right before my workout. That works for me, all right? This is the creatine powder I use, and I put it up here because it's the cheapest option that I found with regard to most bang for your buck. So this is straight creatine. Some creatine things you're gonna find is a little bit of creatine, and then it's all these other nutritional supplements, whatever. I don't like all that stuff, and that stuff also gets more expensive, right? Because you're combining a whole bunch of supplements instead of just creatine. This is 400 servings, so it's a tiny little scoop, 5 grams. You put it in your drink, you mix it up before you work out. 400, that's going to last you over a year, right? And this is about 40, 50 bucks. So that's what I use. Right, and then the protein shake I'm on right now is this a company called EarthFed. I'll put their link below. They're this cool hippie company. They're local in Pennsylvania. It's all organic, grass-fed. So it's a little bit more expensive. It's about $2 a serving per scoop. But they are local and they support a lot of sort of non-money making sport athletes. So powerlifting and wrestling, they support those athletes. So I like to support them for that reason. However, $2 a scoop, that's expensive. You can find big bulk big bulk protein powder online. And I tell my athletes, if you can find a whey protein, 30 grams of protein per scoop, and look for something that is $1 per scoop. So one of the things that's scary about protein is you start buying it in bulk and you're $50 for one thing of protein. Well, if it has 50 servings in it, it's only it's only $1 per serving, which is kind of like your meal. So $1 a meal, that's not bad. All right. So, yeah, if that's what if you're on the market, don't know a lot about protein, 30 grams a scoop, it should be whey protein, and look for something that's about $1 per serving, $1 per scoop. If you can go, something different, I would definitely recommend this company just for the reasons that I said, as far as just like supporting a local business for me in Pennsylvania. All right. After my workout, I like to have some sort of protein snack. I'm really into like those beef stew cubes, those little cubes of steak. You throw about 5 or 6 of those on the grill. You put them in your Tupperware. You take them to the gym. After I'm done working out, I just pop them in my mouth like Tic Tacs as I'm driving to wrestling practice. So I do like a little protein right after I work out. Other good options are make a little tuna salad, or I usually have like 3 or 4 hard-boiled eggs. Right? Make those up before I go, put them in Tupperware, and then again, it's really easy to just kind of get 30, 40 grams of protein into you, either through some steak bites, or some hard-boiled eggs as you're driving to practice. With nutrition, right? Don't kill yourself if you're like, you have some cheesecake, or you have a little cheat meal. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Again, this is like normal stuff that we're trying to make sustainable for people, as opposed to, the whole like men fitness magazines. This is my advice to you. I always aim for about 150 grams of protein per day, because that's about where my body mass is. You need to figure out what you need for yourself. If you're in high school, maybe only like 100 grams is probably good. Right? You don't want to overdo the protein. But the advice I give to people when it comes to like the cheat meal situation is just make sure that you're getting in all your nutrition for working out and muscle recovery. Make sure you get all that nutrition in during the day first. And then at the end of the day, if you're still hungry and there's a little slice of cheesecake or some chips and salsa you want, fine, don't worry about it. But you can't have sugary cereal and then pizza and then chicken fingers as your meals, and then you get to the end of the day and you're like, I still want junk food, but you haven't gotten any nutrition in you that's good for, fitness and recovery. So get all of your nutrition in first. And at the end of the day, if you have a little cheat here and there, like, who cares, right? Because you at least got all of your good protein in. You had your vegetables. You see, I got I have 2 rounds of vegetables. It's a lot. I probably have 2 or 3 servings per round here. All right. Don't drink your calories. Stay away from sports drinks. I know, like the sports drink industry is gonna not like me, but I tell especially my wrestlers, stay away from sports drinks and fruit juices, because usually when we say don't drink your calories, what we're talking about is like don't drink 60 grams of sugar, right? When I go to the gym and I see guys working out and they're sitting there drinking Gatorade the whole time, it's a ton of sugar, right? You don't really need it. If you just cut a lot of weight because you had to make weight for a wrestling meet, and then you have like a thing of Gatorade after you made weight, that's fine. A little electrolytes isn't a bad idea. Like once a week after one weight cut. When people are like drinking those Gatorades like all day, every day, I'm like, that's just straight sugar. Now, the exception for me is I don't drink my calories at all. On the weekend, I might have a little bit of wine. All right, I like wine. I just have it on the weekends. I don't have it like every day. All right, but just on the weekends, I'll open up a bottle of wine, maybe split it between Friday night and Saturday night. There you have it. And then again, finally, as I mentioned, just be consistent. Consistent is easy and it's predictable. If you keep your workouts and your menu boring, you don't have to think about it. People get tripped up on the whole fitness thing because there's just so much information, and they're like, when do I work out? When do I have my creatine or my protein shake, or what should I eat? Should I intermittent fast or not? It's like, find out what works for you. Find out, realize like when's the best workout I ever had, and work back the last 48 hours. Yeah, just make it consistent and boring. All right. That way you don't have to think about it. If you don't have to think about it, you're more likely to do it. Okay. So that's my workout and diet routine currently. Maybe in 6 months I might have to change it up because my schedule changed. But find a plan for yourself, find a diet for yourself, and then do it for 6 months. All right. Don't change it up next week. Stick to the plan for like 6 months. See what happens. All right. And then and then work on changing it up. Okay. That's all I got. I will see you all next time.